Straight ahead in this week's Working Woman Report, she's spreading the sweetness and raking in the dough. Find out how one woman turned her love of jams into a financial feast. Plus, see how this sassy fashionista is turning heads with her unique hats and one-of-a-kind personality. Plus, who says you have to have a one-of-a-kind idea to be your own boss? Find out how franchises are bringing in big bucks and how you can make your favorite brand your own. What's your idea? If you're ready to change your life and start making your passion work for you, listen up. The Working Woman Report is here to help, and it starts right now. Hi there, and welcome to this edition of the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. This week's first working woman understands all the intricacies of going solo. She landed her first job in the fashion industry and later worked as a master chef in one of New York's top restaurants. For her third act, she launched her own high-end food business, which caters to hotels, restaurants, and the picky public. Meet the woman who makes it all look so easy.
I just love to cook, and I love the science of cooking and preserving.
The smell coming from Laura O'Brien's commercial kitchen is intoxicating. This is where she creates all the delicious concoctions that make up Josephine's Feast.
This is 4-berry jam, so this has strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. But there's 2 pounds of fruit and a half a cup of sugar in every 8-ounce jar of jam. So the chemistry of it is really interesting.
What began as a hobby in her teens has now blossomed into a full-time career.
I make anything that can be preserved. Jams, marmalades, chutneys, sauces, spice rubs, and salt mixtures, even some cakes.
Josephine's Feast uses only fruits grown on family farms from Long Island's East End and upstate New York.
We make everything by hand using local produce, always organic.
Laura may make it sound easy, but this business was a dream long before it was a reality. Named after her daughter Josephine, the company is really a product of Laura's desire for independent creativity.
I left my previous position because of my daughter Josephine. What I like about being an entrepreneur is working on my own time and really celebrating the rewards with myself and with my family. It's very spontaneous, and I'm able to do things in my own time frame, and I think that level of independence has created a tremendous freedom for me to be more creative.
Laura's can-do attitude has even rubbed off on her employees. Yavari Ortiz is studying food preparation and dreams of one day creating her own food business.
It makes you feel like we are, doing something, we're making a difference. And working with a woman, it just shows me I can do just about anything.
Don't be afraid and jump in with both feet.
To see what's cooking at Josephine's Feast, just head over to our website, workingwomanreport.com. Well, entrepreneurs across the country, just like Laura, often rent commercial kitchen space to cook up their creations. Some of these kitchens are located inside general incubators, which allow people with any idea to launch any type of business. Laura found success cooking in an incubator called the Entrepreneur Space. We sat down with the man behind the operation to learn more.
Basically, about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, this was a union training hall, and they had converted it into a kitchen space. It's basically what we would call a food and business incubator. The idea is that we have a 4,500 square foot kitchen, which actually can have, it can handle 4 work crews at the same time. And up here on the second floor we have workstations, and people who are trying to start their businesses but they don't now have enough money to have a storefront or a restaurant or an office space, they would use it here. And the idea is that we're an incubator, so eventually they will hatch, they will get out, and they will have their business working at wherever they choose.
And when it comes to options, there is plenty to choose from at the Entrepreneur Space. Whether you're a baker, a crafter, or just want to get your travel agency or insurance business up and running, the Entrepreneur Space has experts on hand who will give you one-on-one advice on how to get started and grow your company.
We have someone who makes more standard lunches for an airplane, but we have somebody who makes designer marshmallows, for example. He's a graduate of Ringling Brothers Clown College, and he makes wasabi marshmallows and pretzel flavored marshmallows and everything like that. We have a lot of people who make cakes, brownies. We have someone who makes marmalade. We have people who make vegetarian and vegan products. We actually have a woman who's doing quite well who makes a vegan souvlaki.
Entrepreneurs basically rent by the shift. Some people come in a couple of days a week, others once a month. In addition to the space, the facility is always hosting networking events, seminars, and workshop competitions to keep the energy flowing. Of course, there's also the invaluable support of like-minded people happy to share their experience.
We can teach you everything from marketing, pricing, to getting a loan. And then I would, if you have the money to just start, just go ahead, start making your product, and then set up contacts. We have a whole list of contacts for farmers markets, stores, Whole Foods, you know, those kind of places. And then just get pushy.
If you're ready to make your move but don't have the financial backing to get out of the gate, listen up. While there are many small business loans and grants specifically available for women business owners, there's also a growing number of angel investors looking to help women-led companies get off the ground. And that seems to be paying off for the angels and the women they're investing in. Research from the Small Business Administration's Office of Advocacy finds venture capital firms that invest in women-led companies outperform those that don't. One of the country's most active early-stage investment firms focusing on women-led business opportunities is Golden Seeds.
So we concluded that we really needed to get involved in the ownership of more companies at the early stage. And ultimately that will lead to more women in C-level positions. And I think we think it may help usher in some new thinking on how to run great companies.
Since 2005, Golden Seeds members and the company's venture funds have invested more than $60 million in more than 60 women-led enterprises. For more information, simply visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. We're just getting started on this edition of the Working Woman Report. Coming up after the break, her one-of-a-kind styles are almost as irresistible as she is. Meet the unique designer turning heads with her crafty creations. Plus, owning your favorite brand isn't as hard or expensive as you might think. We've got the 411 on franchising. Plus, she's made it her mission to empower women around the world. Meet the woman behind the annual She Summit event, which inspires women to aim high and dream big. All that and much more when we come back.
You do have to have a balance there. So I think it's time management, priority management. So what are your priorities? Write them out. Write out your schedule for the day. Become a goal writer. So have your 5 things that you need to do every single day and make sure you're crossing everything off the list. Also make time for your friends and your family. Make time for your health. If you're not healthy and your mind isn't where it should be, then you're not going to be able to perform to your best ability. Every single morning I get up, I meditate, I go to the gym. For me, that's everything. I sit in a steam room. I'm able to center myself, and being centered and just feeling that sense of balance during the day helps me keep going and helps me perform much better.
Welcome back to the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. Our next story is about a woman who turned her dream of connecting some of the world's most inspirational women into a reality. She's the powerhouse behind the She Summit, an annual 2-day conference where movers and shakers in the world of women in business network, learn from one another, and most importantly, cheer each other on.
With 12 years as a successful entrepreneur under her belt, it seemed like Claudia Chan had it all. Her accolades range from the CEO of a well-known media entertainment company to several top honors as a concert pianist. At the young age of 24, Claudia was on a roll.
I was going on TV, I had all the success, I had the closet, I had all the material things, and yet behind all of that, there was a lot of discontent.
Discontent, despite her rising fame. She says something was just missing. So she decided, with her experience in a male-dominated business world, it was time to give back and help empower others. specifically females.
I had to find other things that fed my soul. It was starting to do more social good and charitable things and sitting on boards of nonprofits, but all women-related initiatives.
That's when Claudia discovered her true calling. She created a brand, ClaudiaChan.com, and founded She Summit Week, which is where we had the opportunity to sit down and talk with her about her latest path to inspire women everywhere.
She Summit is an annual Women's Week for women everywhere. We invite women to create and also attend events organized for, by, and about women. And I built this Women's Event Week for one reason: to have something that would celebrate and inspire women everywhere and around the world, and to open up our eyes to the extraordinary things that women are doing today.
So we're told that we can have it all, that we can be President of the United States, an astronaut. 58% of people getting their bachelor's degrees are women. And so we're told that we can have it all, but we hardly feel like we're really getting it all.
Claudia says she's now on a mission to motivate women to dream big, aim high, and build confidence. And as far as we can tell by the hundreds of women flocking to the She Summit, she's doing exactly that.
I've always felt women are remarkable and our capabilities are remarkable. So I wanted to create a company after running my last one that would really celebrate the achievements of women and also female role models.
With the now annual She Summit, which stands for She Helps Empower, Claudia wants to break the glass ceiling that seems to be holding women back. The unexplored belief that women can change the alarming statistics out there and create a better tomorrow.
What is your dream? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to disrupt? And then it's having the action and leveraging your gifts and your intelligence and your experience to go out there and do it.
Whether you're launching a new business, seeking professional growth, or contemplating a career change, Claudia says she has plenty of success secrets. All you have to do is reach out and connect. For more information and to learn how you can get involved in the She Summit, simply check on our website, workingwomanreport.com. Our next working woman is a gutsy designer with a style as freewheeling and whimsical as she is. People come from far and wide for her one-of-a-kind hats that really turn heads.
I've been selling these for, oh my goodness, about 25 years. A lady from Canada, she ordered 50 of them. Yeah, I just finished that order, well, a couple of months ago. It's on the street, but it's for the discerning customer.
Cadet Grant has been creating with her hands from her tiny apartment since she first came to New York over 30 years ago. She's been a teacher, stage manager, costume designer, and home decorator. But it's her sewing and creative eye that got her started in the hat business.
Remember the Lucille Ball triangle scarves? I don't have one here, but I had one around. The triangle scarves were triangles, and people wore them. They sold like hotcakes. I made money. I couldn't believe I'd never made so much money in my life. My son and one of his schoolmates come in here, and we had a production line that was like insane right here in this little room. Allison, I must have made $70,000 in 4 months.
Cadet works hard and fast, but her craftsmanship is precise and her artistry superb. In fact, so superb, the upscale department store Henry Bendel has purchased her wares.
This is, yeah, this is selling. This is my new one.
It looks great.
Yeah, and you should see the women. It looks good on everybody. Whoever gets this one, they got a really nice one.
Since Cadet is a pro who's been a self-employed artisan for years, I was curious what advice she had for younger women just starting a business.
If you think you're gonna make $1 million, especially with your hands, forget about it. You're not going to make quadrillions with your hands. Production is the answer, and I found that out just making the little scarves.
You're gonna have attitude with this. This is for the opera.
Well, my next move, because you always have to be changing and adjust to what's going on, I'm gonna do that Etsy thing you know, get myself computer savvy and do that.
To learn more about Cadet's unique head-turning designs, just log on to our website, workingwomanreport.com. Coming up next, we'll introduce you to a young entrepreneur who's adding a custom touch to her customers' wardrobes. Plus, from food chains to study centers, franchising is exploding. Find out how to cash in on brand name success. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura DeAngelis. Today I'm going to show you my all-time favorite exercise for an all too often neglected part of our bodies. The exercise is the plank, and it's a great way to strengthen our all-important core. First of all, your core is made up of much more than just the abs. It's actually the part of the body that includes the lumbopelvic hip complex, thoracic spine, and cervical spine. In simplest terms, it's the place where all movement begins, and it's where we find our center of gravity. If you have a weak or unstable core, your body can't move the way it's supposed to, and that is one of the easiest ways to increase your risk of injury. So let's add some planks to your fitness routine and get that core in shape. You're going to lie down on the floor, face down. Your forearms are going to be on the ground and your feet should be together. You're going to draw in your navel and squeeze your glutes super tight to lift your entire body off the ground in a straight line from head to toe, keeping everything engaged. And you should hold the plank for 2 seconds and then lower your body to the ground as flat as possible, and then repeat the action in the same way. Beginners should aim for 2 sets of 12 to 20 reps. Another popular way to do a plank is to draw in your navel and squeeze the glutes to get up in a plank position, and hold the position as long as you can. Aim to start with about 10 seconds and then add as many seconds as you can each day that you work out. Whether you're a runner, an elliptical junkie, or love taking long walks or group exercise classes, I implore you to add some planks to your fitness routine. They don't take much time to do, and they can be done anywhere. And don't forget to keep a fitness journal so you can keep track of your progress and feel good about it. Remember, taking care of your core is one of the best ways to stay on track with your goals to have fun, be fit, and feel fabulous.
You're watching the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. Our next entrepreneur never liked having a boss, so she decided to become her own. Now she's sharing her passion for custom jewelry with customers around the world.
At Brooklyn Charm, the jewelry comes the way you want it. You pick out the charms and the chains, and the staff will put it together for you. Or you can even put it together yourself. Custom design jewelry, self-serve, or full service.
There's a lot of different opportunities for every person who makes jewelry or not to have something made special and catered to them.
This store was started by Tracy Campbell, who made Brooklyn Charm into one of the go-to boutiques in New York. But 4 years before she opened up the shop in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, this former waitress actually started her jewelry business in her Connecticut apartment with a little help from her boyfriend, who's now her husband.
I actually didn't realize I started a business when I started my business. It was just, again, to not have to work for somebody, and then when it was like we were actually making an income, we realized, oh wow, we have a business.
The business has grown, and now Tracy has 4 employees helping her take care of dozens of customers every day.
I haven't seen for myself in New York any obstacles that I haven't been able to overcome. It's been a great ride.
So what are your hopes for the future?
I hope that Brooklyn Charm can expand into different locations across the country and potentially internationally. We get a lot of people that come from all over the world. This is a very touristy neighborhood, telling us how great we would do in Paris and Oakland and Texas. I mean, just everywhere. Everybody says they wish that they had this store in their hometown.
And Tracy is a role model for her employees, including Catherine Gibbons.
I think it's amazing. She's always been a strong woman with a incredible mind and an idea, and I see it in front of me.
What's your best advice for other women who want to start a business?
My advice would be to set aside a certain amount of hours every day dedicated towards the business that you're trying to get started, whether it be 1 hour or 3 hours, 3 days a week, 5 days a week. Just start a schedule, a calendar, something that will force you to get it done.
And there's no doubt about it, Tracy has been getting it done. combining a large selection of beautiful charms and chains at reasonable prices with a chance for customers to bring their own flair and creativity to the table.
So it's pretty simple when you come to Brooklyn Charm, and definitely a lot of fun. The sign tells you what to do. Please grab a tray and write down a description and price.
This helps with getting the order finished in the end, getting you out of here quicker. You know, over here we have 5, which means $5. This is a very popular piece in our store. It's a monocle. It actually does magnify things. Maybe over here we have something just to give it a little sparkle. And
is there something for good luck? So now that we've made some choices, it's time to pick out a chain, right?
Yes,
okay, and so these are the chains up here?
Yeah, all of these chains up here are made by us in the store.
So for a monocle where I'm going to use it and look at things, you would suggest
24 or 30 inch.
24 or 30 inch.
Yes.
After everything is picked out, the jewelry is priced out. To get my necklace put together, it costs $33.
I absolutely love it. I think it looks great. Put it on, put it on.
All right.
So now I can see, and I have good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
I love
welcome.
it. I love it.
Fabulous.
Brooklyn Charm also offers classes to help you bring out your inner designer. For more information, just log onto our website, workingwomanreport.com. Thinking of selling your own baubles to make a few bucks? Here are a few tips from entrepreneur.com to get you started. First, decide if you'll be making your pieces from scratch or getting supplies like beads from suppliers. Next, as a creative business owner, you should think of a creative name. Just make sure it's not already taken. A search on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website can help prevent big headaches later. Plus, you'll also want to make sure the name is available as a domain name for a website, which can then be linked to your marketing materials. For more tips, simply visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. Well, Brooklyn Charms owner has a dream of one day opening franchises around the world. If you're interested in starting a business but are more comfortable with established brand names, franchising might be your best path to financial success. Here's why.
Franchises. Big names you see all over. There are about 3,500 companies in the U.S. offering franchise opportunities. At the Jacob Javits Center in New York, franchisors from across the country were on hand for an expo that gave them a chance to talk to potential franchise owners.
The Entrepreneur Source is a franchise that helps people find the right franchise for themselves. So we help people explore business ownership and take an inside-out approach.
Doug Stout is essentially a recruiter who gets paid by franchisors such as Mako and Molly Maids to find the right people to start franchises. It's matchmaking that can happen after he talks with a potential franchise owner about what type of hours they're willing to work, how much they need to earn, how much they can afford to invest, and how long they plan on keeping the business.
Once we understand those things, we'll go out and do research and find the right franchise that matches up for you.
Stout says between franchise fees and startup costs, you can get some franchises going for as little as $10,000. Although most people typically spend at least $75,000. Of course, there's a financial risk, but as a franchise owner, you get a few things behind you: a brand name, training, and a how-to guide.
So just who's at the top of the franchise heap? According to Entrepreneur.com, Anytime Fitness ranks #1 with an average investment of $234,000 and an ongoing royalty fee of $499 per month. Hampton Hotels came in second with an average investment of $8.6 million and a 6% royalty on profits. And Subway rounds out the top 3 with a $175,000 average investment and an 8% royalty. For more information on finding the right franchise for you, just log on to our website, workingwomanreport.com. That wraps up this edition of the Working Woman Report. Be sure to connect with us beyond our website in the social media world. You'll find us on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. Tune in next time for more inspiring tips and ideas from our fantastic women. Who knows? Maybe you're next. See you then.